Here's a receipt I had for some time ago of, in fact, 18th of the 4th, 2020, for 2 micro SD cards I bought at Officeworks, as you can see there. One of those micro SD cards I used in my Raspberry Pi computer. I'll show you what my Raspberry Pi computer is. Okay, I'll go back to there. Okay, and switch on the camera. And you won't see me moving now, but that's my Raspberry Pi computer. All right. On that Raspberry Pi computer, it has a micro SD card that goes in that spot there. As you can see, it's not very big, and that's where it has a. The reason it has a micro SD card is because it's so small to fit in the Raspberry Pi. But this Raspberry Pi, it's a Model 4, I use as for my web server. And the other day, all of a sudden, it became faulty, and I checked it out, and the reason is that something wasn't working properly, and so I decided to redo the micro SD card. But when I took it out of here and put it in my laptop computer, right, it didn't work. I couldn't write to it. I could read from it, but I couldn't write to it. Now, apparently that's what happens with micro SD cards. Eventually, if they get used over and over and over again, eventually gets to the point where they will no longer work. Okay? So, what I did, because I bought it from Officeworks, I took it back to Officeworks. And just going back to, I just come out of that screen, going back there. By the way, I'll re-switch on my video so you can see me. So, I do that, and I switch on. It's not going to do it while I'm switching on, doesn't matter. Alright, so you're not seeing me. Alright, so going back to there, that's my Officeworks receipt. I went to Officeworks and I said I want a claim under warranty. And they said, rightio, and I showed them this particular receipt, and they said, first problem was they couldn't find it. What they've got to do is you've got to actually scan more than that part of the receipt. Anyway, so it took them a while to find it, and they did find the original receipt. It looks like, let's bring it back to my camera. Okay, where is it? I'm just going, here we are, here it is. I'll just switch the camera back on again so you can see that receipt. There's the receipt, the Officeworks receipt. As you can see, it's the main receipt, but the thing that it's got at the bottom is that barcode. I hadn't scanned the barcode, so just a little hint. If you're going to scan receipts, you don't have to, but if you scan the barcode, when you scan the barcode, it makes it easier for them to find the receipt. It took a while to find it, but they did find it. Okay, next story was, okay, the next part of it is I said, righto, there's the SD card, and by the way, I ended up buying another one as well. They gave me a refund. I'll explain that in a minute. That's what the micro SD cards are, right? And at one point in time, one of the people that was there, the manager I spoke to, and I'll explain why I spoke to the manager in a minute, said, oh, it's only got a 12-month warranty because it was more than 12 months ago. Well, here's the new one, and you'll see at the bottom there, it comes with a, just focus on that, 10-year warranty, not 12-month warranty. I thought it had a 3-year warranty. In fact, the old one I think did have a 3-year warranty. Regardless of that, I said, I'm not claiming under the warranty. I want to claim under the statutory warranty, which has no time limit. And they said, yeah, that's okay, not a problem. Okay. The next situation is, I said, what I want to do is, the problem with the SD card, as I said before, is it wouldn't read. Sorry, I could read from it, but I couldn't write to it. And because I couldn't write to it, just so people know, when you can't write to something, it also means that you can't erase it. So it had some very, very important secure information on it. Some credit card information, some passport information, stuff like that I have on my website. Normally people can't see this on my website because it's password protected. However, the card that runs the website is not password protected, and the website pages are straight text pages, so anybody could have just taken that thing and read the card and looked at it. So I said, oh, I wanted it destroyed. And she said, well, we can't do that because we've got to send it back. That's what she initially said. I said, okay, but what do I want to do? And she said, oh, okay, listen, don't worry about it. I will destroy it. And I said, righto, please destroy it for me. And she went, I said, cut it up, but she can't cut it with scissors. She cut up with a pair of pliers, and cut up the SD card in front of me. But I asked a question at the time. I said, a matter of interest, does anybody else do this when they come back? And she said, no, you're the first one that's ever asked to do that. So there are people that claim things under warranty, right? Whatever it be, a statutory warranty or my camera's gone to sleep. A statutory warranty or a manufacturer's warranty, and they take it back and they give them the card, a memory card or a hard drive or something like that. Hard drives that are packed in, all right, I can possibly understand. People might take it, people won't be able to read it. However, I just want to point out, even hard drives have the ability of being able to recover data from them. So if you send it back to someone and they get the hard drive, they could go into the hard drive and get it going again, and there might be personal information in it. In the case of the SD cards are designed so they write a certain number of times and they can be read a certain number of times. The number of reads is usually a lot higher than the number of writes. So that means if they do pack in, you won't be able to write to it before you'll be able to read from it. So that's the problem I had. Had this happened with another micro SD card previously, and it was only had was in a what you call it, a dash cam on in my car, and I only had people driving around, so I didn't really worry about that. So I just took it back. But this one, as I said, had some sensitive information on it, and they did destroy it in front of me. The other thing, I then asked the person, I said, oh, well, you can't send that back to ScanDisk. And she said, oh, no, we'll just put that down as a write-off on the store. I said, shouldn't you send that back to ScanDisk? And she says, no, we can't do that right off in the store. So ScanDisk are giving a 10-year warranty on their cards, like this one here, right? But sounds like either not many people claim under the warranty, or if they do, right, they're not returning the cards back to ScanDisk from Officeworks. So Officeworks have got to cover the cost of that. I get the impression the cost isn't very high, and I probably get the impression too that not many people claim those things under warranty. By the way, I don't know with this warranty, the card that I packed in was the one that I actually paid that receipt's for, one of those receipts here. I don't know if that's the receipt because I buy multiple of these cards and I don't know which one's which. So anyway, all I'm saying is, first thing is you can return, these things have a long warranty, in this case 10 years, if you buy a new one, right? Some of the old ones were 3 years. I think I remember reading somewhere that some of them have a lifetime warranty. All right, if they have, even though they have a long warranty, probably people just chuck them away. I think people should take the items back, and so that people get to the manufacturers are responsible for it. All right, so that's what should happen. Okay. By the way, this is the screen where this is AZ screen recorder. I'm recording all this on, all right, and that's where this video will end up, and then I can play it back. Anybody got any questions? Email me. Just three things out of that. One, warranties are quite often longer than people think they are, the manufacturer's warranties. Two, even if it's outside manufacturer's warranties, you can have a statutory warranty. And three, if you do take things back, make sure you wipe any personal information from them before you give it back to them. If you can't, like in the case of the SD card, ask it to destroy it in front of you. So you make sure that they're not going to get the information. That's it. Got any questions? Email me. Bye.